tube you should take or purchase for your river float. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. I do river travel and life hacks, and let's jump in. I'm gonna cut straight to it. Don't buy the Buc-ee's ones, don't buy the H-E-B ones, and don't buy the Walmart ones. The Buc-ee's ones are so cute, but they're just not as good as some other ones. I don't think they sell the Intex ones anymore at Walmart, unfortunately. This is a tube I just bought recently because I really liked that it had a shade on it. It's been getting really, really hot out there on the water, and so I wanted a shade, but I tried it and I really did not care for this one. So the tube itself was pretty good quality, still not as good as Intex, but it was still pretty good. But I felt like I sat higher in the water, so I wasn't submerged in the water as much as I am in my other one. And then also these cup holders are a little bit bigger than the other ones, so this can doesn't fit as snug. And then the shade itself, you really have to be at the perfect angle. The sun has to be at the perfect height for it to really give you a good amount of shade. So I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. So what I've been doing is I've just used my regular tube, and I've been bringing my umbrella with me, and I actually got one that is UV protecting. I don't know what the material is, just UV protecting, and it helps so much. And that way you can like put it down when you don't need it, pull it up when you don't when you want it, and then also if a tree is coming up ahead, you can take down your umbrella. So that's just what I suggest if you are wanting more shade. Now let me talk to you about my favorite tubes, which are the Intex tubes. These are by far my favorite. They've been around for years. They know what they are doing. So these are called the River Runs, and these pink ones are so cute, but just beware that the cap over here is a push-in cap and not a screw-on. And so they can be kind of hard to push in. So just if you get this one, make sure that you push it all the way in after you air it up, because we have come across that sometimes they leak air because we didn't push it all the way down. The blue ones are still the old caps. So you should be able to tell from the picture, well, it's kind of hard to see, if it's a screw-on cap or a push-in, but check the website and you can usually zoom in and you can tell. But love the Intex ones. These are from Academy. Like I said, I don't think they sell these at Walmart anymore. They switched to Ozark Trails or something, which, like I said, don't get Ozark Trail. Those are just thinner material, and it's just not as good. And then I think the H-E-B ones, those have if you come across a tube that has the cap on the bottom of the tube, don't get it. Don't get it because it scrapes on rocks, it hits sticks and things like that, and then you lose air and then water goes into your tube, and it was the dumbest design for them to do the cap on the bottom of the tube. So beware of that if you do have to get a different brand. If you are going to be going a lot, then I would suggest to get your own cooler tube. We got one, it's called the Cooler Tube. It's from Amazon. It's about $80, but it is so worth it. It costs, I think, $10 or $15 to rent a cooler tube at the companies. And if you add that up, I mean, it just kind of makes sense just to buy one. But that's only if you are planning on going, a few times. And then we've had ours for well over like 6 years, and we actually have 2 of them, and we use it all the time. So I will link all of those down below. And the Intex does make one for the cooler. I will try to put it up here. This works well if you just use it to put your cooler into. Don't use it as the cooler. That does not work. The lids pop off, the ice melts. Don't do it. I've seen one that's just like this, and they don't hold the cooler well. They tip over. They're just not, it's not thick, and it's not big enough to really securely hold the cooler. So the best ones you can get are the ones that you rent or buy one from Amazon that I linked down below. Also, don't get the doubles. I know they look so fun, or the ones that have more than just one person to sit in it. I've seen a lot of people that get the big party ones that have like 4 or 5 people, or just the double ones with the cooler in the middle. Don't get those, because if one hole happens, everyone is screwed. We had to save these girls the other day. They still had like 2 hours left to float. So try not to get those double ones or the party ones, because on the rapids, no, it's just not a good idea. But I think those were my main things on the tubes for you to get. Try to just get the Intex ones. If you have never been to the river before, please check out my other river videos here on my channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you so much for watching. Happy floating. Bye.